and welcome to Wanjiru Space. My name is Wanjiru Mungai. Today I want us to talk to guys going to Form 1. By the way, I want to start by saying I'm very sorry that you missed your exam last year. Corona happened. It happened to all of us. But hey, now you did your exam and the results are out. And so, high school, here we come. You know, every change brings about some uncertainty. So I'm sure you have been looking forward to joining high school. You are no longer the baby. You want to feel like you have now grown a little bit more, like you can take charge of a few things. And yes, that is true. But how will you cope with these changes that come with high school? Let's talk a little bit about that. And what are even those changes? So, we know there is physical changes happening, there is social change, academic change, and a bit of emotional or psychological change. Let's see each one of those. When we come to social, you know now you're moving away from home. Because in Kenya, if I'm right, and I think a lot of people will agree, high school is almost synonymous with boarding school. Both boarding and day are good. To that point, let's agree. Whether you're in boarding, whether you're in day school, it's high school and it is good. And the changes will take place. So when you get to school, when your parent or your guardian leaves you behind, you will look around and see, do I know someone? Then you realize, there is no one from my village. There is no one from my estate. Looks like I'm all by myself. No. Let me encourage you. Nobody in Form 1 has been to Form 1 before. So we are all starting at the exact same point, exact position. We are in the same boat. So you smile at whoever you meet. Put that smiling face, because when you do, a smile attracts another smile. And that way may just make your first friend in high school. Could be a Form 1 like yourself, or somebody in the, the upper classes. So when you get to the dorm, for those that are going to boarding, the first thing you see is that row of beds. You know, we come from different homes, different backgrounds. Somebody is maybe an only child. Another one has, is not used to sharing a room with anybody else because it is sisters alone or brothers alone. And this one who only uses this space by herself or himself does not understand this. So though that could be a culture shock for many. And also for that one who comes from a family where they share, including sharing a bed, they'll be pleasantly surprised. The beds are many, yes, the row is there, but you know what? At least I have a bed to myself. So it is different reaction from the different people. For you, you do not actually know how to share this space. So my point is, this space must be shared by all of us. So what does this mean? That we start respecting people's boundaries. If you are just used to being alone in your room, everything is all over the place, and you don't even want to be asked, you'll be like, after all, it's my room. Now here, it's not your room anymore. We clean this place. We clean the dorm. We clean the toilets and the bathrooms, by the way. We also share that. And our classrooms and the dining hall, we clean. My friend told me the other day that her daughter went to high school, and she came home like, they make us clean the toilets. I want gloves. She just smiled. She told her, now we can actually afford to buy you gloves for each of those days you are in school. But what message will you be sending to the other children, to the other students, as you're busy putting on your gloves? What impression are you making? So, in high school, we clean after ourselves. We clean our uniform. We clean our bedding, the bed sheets, your duvet, everything. So another message I would like to send to you, if you have not been cleaning at home, you do not know how to clean, you have a chance to do so, to learn between now and July, because we are going to high school and you'll need to clean, and the uniform has to shine. Because, by the way, they check how clean you look at assembly. And if somebody's uniform does not look very nice, you can be sent back to the dorm to clean it. What else happens? What other change? The diet. I can promise you something. What you've been eating at home may not be what you'll find in boarding school. But it's not so bad, because slowly and sooner, you'll start loving it. When I went to Form 1, I found my neighbor who was also a friend. And they would serve us this cocoa after classes between our school and supper. And I looked at it, it's this one that is, we call it thin. I looked at it like, My friend looked at me and told me, I can see you are looking at that cup from the corner of your eye. Before you know it, this one, you will call it your husband. I didn't understand. The following day, we go for lunch. I look at the cabbage and the ugali. Again, I'm looking at it like, will I eat, will I not? She reminded me again, this one, especially this one, that it is cabbage and meat and ugali. You will call it your husband. Again, I didn't understand. But sooner, you will get used to it. And you will long for the bell to ring, so you can go for that cocoa, that tea, that supper. So it's not so bad. It's not so bad. Have a positive mind. You will like it. Something else that happens, and this is a good one. Have you ever owned money? Your own money? You now have a chance to own money. And by the way, you haven't even worked for it, because most of us work for our money. But here, you'll be getting money and you have not gone to any job. I'm talking about pocket money. And depending on how nice you behave over the holidays, you could get a raise. So, this pocket money is for use during the whole term. Do not be tempted to go to the canteen for snacks every other day, because you're looking at that ugali and thinking, ugali and dengu, me and that, we do not mix. Githeri and I, we do not mix. No, because you know what? Even if you had a lot of pocket money, what they sell at the canteen are snacks. It's not a balanced meal. So you need to eat that food and you'll get used to it. I can promise you, it's not bad. You will love it. Let's now go to the academic change. We know you've come from a setting of 5 subjects. And now we are going to 13 subjects, sometimes 14 for those that may do a foreign language. What does this mean? There are some exciting things that you learn, that there are subjects called chemistry. You may have heard from your elder siblings, your cousins, your friends, your neighbors, physics, biology, geography, and many more. But what that also means is that we fit in these 13 subjects in the same hours that we fitted our 5 subjects in primary school. So it means managing your time very well. And you will with the help of the other students and your teachers. But you have to play a big part of, managing that time very well. Something else that happens, we have clubs and societies in high school. And there are many. There is drama club, there is debate, there is music club, art club, law, even for games. They are not just games, they are clubs. So you have an opportunity to join any, and it makes you grow socially. You make friends on the field when you go for those games, from the senior classes, even from among you. And also, you have a chance to be a leader in all these clubs, the ones that you join. You might just discover that with all these opportunities, you have some talents you have not yet found out that you do. Maybe you will be the best singer, who knows? The best hockey player, tennis player. You have all this, and you're still very young to discover. You can try with this one this time, and then you realize, maybe I can try another club. And that trying might land you to some, that is why you discovered your talent. So high school is nice, beautiful. Now, let's talk about what is happening to our bodies, the physical changes I said earlier. Form 1 is also happening about the same time that puberty is happening. There are those who already have a broken voice, the boys. And for the girls, the little breasts have begun to show. For some, they are there. For others, they are not there. Even for the voice, some don't have a broken voice yet, but it will happen. So how does this make you feel? It can bring a little bit of anxiety. Like, if it is there, they'll think I'm too old. If it's not there, they might think I'm still too young, I'm a baby. Even for the girls, the same thing. Let me encourage you. These changes, even that pimple here, you've never had it before, because it is coming about, it is coming from the hormonal changes that will be taking place in your body. You've never had to handle that before. But I want to say this. These are biological changes. They are natural changes. You do not have to be embarrassed about them. And because there is nothing we can do about them, we can't influence how our body behaves. So we are going to have to embrace these changes as they come. We have to agree on that one. But should you have a question on some change that you notice and you're unable to cope with, talk to somebody, another student you can confide in. Then you don't have to feel like it is so bad. Now we know we are going to be in a new environment, new rules, new routine, new teachers, new classmates. So we are going to promise ourselves to make good friends. By the way, I think we make our best friends, our lifetime friends from high school. Ask your parents, they'll tell you. They are still very good friends with somebody they met the first day when they were both looking so green and lost. High school is a beautiful time. You are curious about a lot of things, and you learn from fellow Form 1s, maybe how they do a few things at their home and how you do things in your home. You exchange notes and you learn. It's a nice time, a beautiful time. High school can be a lot of fun because, and I mean it, all your parents want you to do when you are in high school is study and eat. How easy is that? Because after that, life gets a little complicated. So I can promise you, you're going to enjoy high school. I think we are going to stop here, but there are so many other things we could discuss, but we cannot do it, on one video. So maybe at a later date, we can still, itemize a few more topics that concern you and your life in high school. You have my best wishes. I'm going to ask you to hit the notification bell, to leave a comment, and subscribe if you have not done so already. Thank you very much for watching Wanjiro's Place. Bye-bye.